Good evening, traders. Today we are on the 29th of September 2021, and yes, I'm managing to record the daily market view a little early. This is 6:33 p.m. Indian Standard Time. So we had a narrow ranged bar today. The opening was not that good, 100 points down. Stayed down for the first half of today's trade, but then towards the later half did pick up. Did go in the positive territory, but at the end, at a close of 17,710, we are down 37 points for the day. I would say not bad. Two things. One, it holds above yesterday's low. And secondly, it opened weak today. It opened in the sense down 100 points, but then it did not follow through for the rest of the day. I think we can get a clearer picture here. This is the 75-minute time frame of Nifty, right? And this is where we closed yesterday, and this is where we opened. So opened weak, but it did not follow through on the downside. On the contrary, it managed to stay flat, and towards the later half picked up. So not bad in the sense, no follow through sell off. Didn't show that much strength that it will post positive and show some gains, but still it's okay, we'll take it. When we take a look at the sectors, we continue to see a particular theme wherein the market picks up momentum on the upside on any one particular sector. And today it was the public sector enterprises. Big move, 4%, and stocks like NTPC, Coal India, BHL just rallied significantly. Yesterday it was auto, recently it was auto. And in today's trade, PSU banks also did pretty well. PNB, Bank of Baroda, but of course State Bank of India, we've spoken about that. Metals managed a bounce back. It's in a short-term downtrend and it is bouncing back, so we need to see how strong this bounce back is and how far it will last. Energy was also supportive. We had movement coming in from ONGC. Pharma, we spoke about Sun Pharma yesterday, so that stock gave a beautiful move today, a big breakout. We'll take a look at this at the chart after some time. So Pharma also participated. So overall, if you see, sectorally it wasn't a bad day. But the sector that means a lot, 40% almost weightage, Bank Nifty, private banks, finance, Fin Nifty, that's the one that actually couldn't participate as much as probably it would have liked to. Down 345 points, almost close to 1% was Bank Nifty. It also opened weak. It also held well. If we take a look at the 75-minute time frame of Bank Nifty, it held well. Throughout the day, it managed to bounce back. So not bad, but overall, the very opening was strongly negative, and that's why it couldn't gain further grounds, and it lost almost 1%. Private banks, especially, I would like to show you ICICI Bank. Now, this is one of the strongest counter in the pack, and it is now slowly showing signs of slowdown. Now this kind of a close, wherein yesterday you close at 730 and today you open at 708, is quite significant for such a stock. Stuck in a range right now as we speak. We can clearly see that this is what the stock is doing. So important enough to see which way it breaks down or whether it consolidates for further upsides. Long-term charts are very strong and holding well, but maybe it needs to correct. So private sector banks, which led the run, are kind of slowing down. We can see that in Axis Bank also. All of them are in a pretty strong uptrend from a weekly charts or monthly charts perspective. But in the short-term charts, it seems like it's weakening. Bottom line, moral of this story is, if we fail to see the index kind of showing strength, and if we see some weakness coming in yesterday or tomorrow or day after tomorrow, and if you see a break of the lows, then it's the Bank Nifty and the private sector banks particularly which are the ones which can cause the damage more. So we'll keep that in mind. Stocks that I would like to definitely talk about. We spoke about Sun Pharma and SBI recently. Sun Pharma gave a phenomenal move today. It bounced back yesterday. It was fairly volatile, but today, right from the beginning, it was an exceptional move. Definite leader in the pack, and we should continue to hold on to it or look to buy on dips. Couple of stocks I would like to talk about. TCS, short-term correction. It's a two-legged correction that the stock has gone through after a big reversal that we saw here. So this can be an interesting counter. In fact, TCS, HCL and Infosys can be an interesting counter for a short-term bounce back. From a short-term bounce back perspective, Bharti Airtel is also one that you should keep a close look at. This stock is going through a correction as well. And two more stocks. Nestle, good quality, strong fundamentals, coming down to its short-term supports. Contraction is very clear, an inside bar in today's trade. I feel that the stock has a potential for a short-term bounce back. And within the cement space, Sri Cement, also a nice inside bar today. In fact, today a lot of stocks will show you inside bar, no big deal. But the fact that it's slowing down, it's at short-term supports, and it's likely to give us a short-term bounce back. So it'll be interesting. Tomorrow we have the expiry. The volatility is there. The range keeps on expanding and contracting. Today we had a contracted day. I think yesterday's low will play a role on the downside, 17,586. And of course, if the index manages to pull itself further up above today's high, we might see a decent expiry tomorrow's trade. Nevertheless, the trend is up, and we should overall maintain a bullish bias. Look to buy stocks when they hit short-term supports, like the examples of TCS, Bharti, and Nestle. If you're trading breakouts on the upside, be a little careful and try and keep them as short-term as possible. All right. So we'll see how the expiry treats us tomorrow. Till then, trade well, trade wise.